Hey folks, Aaron from A.T.E Outdoors here. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I'm going to do a little update on my system. Some things have been pulled out, some things have started to get overgrown, but all right, there we go. So it looks like my ginger isn't doing the best. It gets about this tall and then it dies back. I'm gonna, once I harvest it, I'll see if it's actually grown really well. But here's our nasturtium. We got a bunch of that actually popping up all over the place in here. My sprouts over here, my Brussels sprouts, seem to be doing okay. I just went through and I pulled probably about 30 or 40 cabbage white caterpillars off. So this is one of the issues I'm running in with my system. So I've got hair algae growing in there, and of course there's a bunch of snails in the tank. So I just pulled this out. It's actually been growing out the edge right here. So just let it right there, because if you can see here, I think yeah. So I put through a handful of red wiggler earthworms in here back whenever I set up my compost. And a second ago, I actually dug in this area where the water is. You see all the dead snail shells. I probably need to clean those out. But you can see my turnips aren't doing good. I think all but maybe one or two has died back. But a little while ago, I took a handful of rocks, and I've got worms all over the place in here, and it's awesome. Hey, looks like the system's getting ready to flush in a little bit with how high that water level is. The bloody dock is coming back, and it's coming back beautifully. All of this are those cuttings of the cardinal basil I've been taking. It's going crazy. In fact, I'm gonna get some blooms here soon. I'm looking forward to that. That's such a pretty plant, and it's really good in basil tea. I just started that. Here's one of my my predators in here. Pretty little spider. I might actually have to paint a miniature that looks like that in the future. I've taken some strikes from sweet potato that we bought, and I've put them around the edges of my grow bed here, in the hopes that eventually they'll take over this whole area around the bottom, and just add some kind of decorative feature to it. This is the last of the marigolds, really, that and it's getting bushy and it's leaning over, so it's I like it. This is the Colossus, I think, the red gold bicolor marigold that I got from Baker Creek. The seeds did that. If you go check on my Instagram, there's a picture I posted the other day of another predator from my system, a praying mantis, and she was hanging out on one of these leaves that have since been pushed out the side here. Here's more of that sweet potato and nasturtium. I'm actually going to make an order here soon. You can see there's a nutrient deficiency going on. It's showing up really well in these leaves. I'm going to be ordering some nutrients from TrueNut, like I had been doing in the past, and just kind of fell to the side. There's a tomato that I have had in here for a while, and it just wasn't growing. It was like, It only got about that big, and it stayed that big for 6 months. That's probably an exaggeration, but it stayed that way. It felt like 6 months. So whenever I pulled the plants I had here out, I moved it over, and here it goes, growing up. And this was a cutting. This is one of the cuttings from the tomatoes that I got, seeds I got from the library. And it actually, the base of that is actually sitting over here, underneath this plant right here. You can see it dying back because it's getting shaded out. I need to trim up I need to eat more chard is what I need to do, because how insane it is. Oh, there it is. There's the praying mantis. I really hope she lays up. Hey, let's see if we can get her in view. Oh, it's not working. All right. Well, I hope she lays her eggs up on the top, or on this up here somewhere. I just feel like that'll be really awesome. That way I can do all the maintenance I need to do inside and not have to worry too much. Oh, here's a little surprise plant. I didn't actually think it was gonna do anything. This is some turmeric I got from a local store called Sprouts. It decided it actually wanted to sprout. That's awesome. Living up to the store name. We've got some volunteers from when I harvested the spinach leaf amaranth. You see these little guys right here. They are all over the place. I didn't get to them before the seeds came up. You can see some of the damage from the cabbage whites on my red cabbage. This is out of the 2 that I had growing. This was the only one that actually survived the summer and is starting to fill out nicely. What else we got over here? There's micro tomatoes, or these are the orange hats. The micros are on the other side. I need to harvest my eggplant. I've got 2 of them that are ready to harvest and eat, and then I've got a couple of them that are turning yellow in there. They need to be pulled and seeds harvested from them. Let's get this over. My Sam's Club bell peppers. They are oh, I've got some nice sized ones on those. In fact, they're making the plants lean over. Need to figure out a way of staking. I planted some more Chijimi soy, and I'm hoping that I can get some of it to grow and be ready for harvesting this fall. Here's another one of the larger, the Hawaiian orange marigolds that I just left in here in the hopes that there would be some kind of aphid control. I've been dealing with, I believe that's white flies and aphids. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in. Let's see. Yeah, I've been dealing with those little guys all over the place. These are just like the shed skins, the husks left over from that. More of that, zoom you back out. There you go. More of that bloody dock. It really is one of my favorite plants. I can't wait to actually get this in the ground instead of in my system. I'm gonna probably keep one in my system and then put the rest of them in the ground in my landscaping once I get the landscape actually started. I'll bring you around to the other side, but my cucumbers are barely hanging on, folks. But there's some little cucumbers on them. It'll be nice to see if they actually continue to produce, or if I'm just wasting nutrients. It's, you know, this is my first year doing it. So I'm having fun growing whatever I can. Did I? Yeah, I showed you guys that one. Here's some more of the ginger growing up, and it starts to die off about here. Little guys, this is my Stevia. This all started as a little plant that I purchased at Walmart, I think it was. Hey, look, a little jumping spider, and he took off. But this stuff is really good. I like it. In fact, I'm probably going to take a few leaves and oh, there he is, and make some basil tea with it as a sweetener. Hey, here's another one of my helpful little garden patrol guys. There you go, fella. They help eat some of the annoying little bugs in there. Let's see if we can. I just fed the fish, so I'm not sure. Let me pull the air stone up. See if we can get a view of anybody. Oh yeah, look, here we go. I need to go ahead and paint the outside of this some more. We've got some in there that are about 6 to 8 inches from nose to tail tip. Same with the other side. But yeah, let me know if you want me to do a rundown again of my system, and we'll see if we can. This was a little experiment jicama from the store, local grocery stores. It's got a little tiny growth point. You see that? It's pretty. I just tossed it in here just to see. I had another one over here. I don't think I have the husk of it anymore, but I had it right in this area, and it rotted away. But it provided food for the earthworms, the red wigglers I had in there. Hey, there's another little jumping spider. That one's cute too. Here's a couple more of the volunteers. Remember when I had that lettuce? It was actually right here next to where the sage is. I'm so happy I finally got a sage to grow. I've tried for years to get sage growing, and I've not been able to. I think I had 5 or 6 seeds actually sprout this year, and I put a bunch of them out in my front garden, and it just got too hot for them out there. But this one right here is out of the few 2 or 3 that I put in here. This is the only one that survived and is doing pretty nicely. It's a really pretty little plant. I love how velvety it feels. But volunteers, yes. Lettuce. We have Seed Saver lettuce that has volunteered this year. In fact, it's this whole area I had planted with turnips just to see if I could get some turnip greens, and they were attacked pretty thoroughly by flea beetles and absolutely obliterated. Flea beetles and aphids destroyed them. I might try again. I don't know. I gotta check the calendar to see if I have enough time at the moment to have them go. I'm hoping next year that I can get my nasturtium set up and growing a lot faster, earlier, so I can have it actually hanging over the sides to cover the sides and to offer its pest control ability. So my tatsoi has pretty much come to the final. I'm leaving it in here while it dries out because you can see I don't want to throw my red wigglers out into the compost bin. I want them to stay in here, so I'm just letting it dry out on the surface in here. Oh, surprise chive. I didn't expect any of my chive to survive, and I've got one, which is pretty awesome. But this is my last tatsoi in the system right now, so hopefully we can get some more growing. There's some more Chijimi soy. I think I'm saying that right. I may not be. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is they call it, some of the locals call it pigweed. I'll show you over here. We got a larger one. This is one of the few species. I think that might be another species. See, it has the red stems. But this is some of the amaranth that grows wild around here. And the seed heads get really spiky. The fluorescence. Let's see if I can get any seeds. No seeds yet. In fact, actually, they're probably already fallen to the ground. There's a couple little seeds in my hand, little black dots up here on my fingers. But that's our wild amaranth. That's my big project, the pond. I need to get it fixed. I'm going to end up taking all of these cinder blocks from the top up here, and I'm going to shore up this side over here down to about maybe 4 foot from the level. As you can tell, at one point, way before we moved here, that wall had to be replaced because it fell into the pond. So I think what happened was when they installed the pond, they installed it too close to the wall. So I'm going to use the cinder block with some T-posts and stuff and concrete to stabilize that little bank area right there a little bit better before I line it and get it ready for fish. And the big fish from my system over here, the ones that I don't end up finding homes for with people who have their own ponds, they'll go into my pond for possibly some future breeding projects. Let's see. I did see, I don't see them in there anymore. I saw a green lacewing flying around in here a little while ago. I was going to try to show you guys what they look like if you haven't seen them yet. But let's make our way over to the little patches of dirt farming over here that they're not doing that great. My sunchokes, I think what had happened is I didn't give them enough nutrient-rich soil. I just dumped a bag of compost down in the hole that I put them in. And forgive the grass, I haven't been out here to weed, but my sunchokes, I'm getting some flowers on them. This one has a messed up flower on it, but I'll be moving those to a raised bed next year. These so funny story about these. This is my moringa, moringa oleifera, I think, oleifera. The leaves are edible, and they have medicinal properties, and they're high in proteins and stuff like that. These are the same age as these, and that's soil from my backyard in Louisiana that I dug up, and I had a elm tree in. I was trying to bonsai, but it didn't enjoy the change of scenery, and it ended up dying. And this is potting soil, like for flower pots and stuff, that I just put them in, and these all sprouted around the same time. These are already about 2.5 foot tall, and these are maybe 5 or 6 inches, maybe 4 to 5 inches tall. So and as you can tell, there's more amaranth all over the place. It's a weed. It gets droopy when it gets hot and dry, and then it bounces back. Yeah. it's a very pretty little tree, and what I plan on doing is moving it over into the yard. I plan on having one in the front yard and a few in the backyard here to offer shade and sustenance. But that'll do it, folks. That's my little setup, and I will catch you guys later.